Joining me is the federal member for Mackellar, Dr. Sophie Scamps. Sophie, we really appreciate your time. I think about the excitement this family felt as they finally planned a holiday, only to be told no, not with the assistance dog. That's so tough.
Oh, it's extremely tough, and I can't imagine how upsetting it would have been for the family to have to endure that. And really, it shouldn't be happening in this day and age. Assistance dogs have been around for a long time now, so for them to be met with that resistance would have been very upsetting for the family. And so I think we have a job to do to make it better known what the role of assistance dogs are and what the rights of people who have an assistance dog, what their rights are, because their rights are actually protected by the Federal Disability Discrimination Act. So it's just getting that information out there so people are aware.
Sophie, you spoke on this very issue in Parliament last year. Have you seen any change since then?
Look, I haven't personally seen the change, but I do know I had a number of my own constituents come and talk to me about the issues they were having. They were quite distressed at the resistance they were finding. They were still being met with, even in this day and age, when trying to take their assistance dogs into restaurants or even on beaches. And these were people, veterans, who've had their assistance dogs for some time. But what they told me was they would like us to help them get the information out there so people are aware that actually people with assistance dogs do have the right to take them into public places, but additionally proprietors and other people also have the right to ask people to show them their accreditation and that actually the dog is working for them. But this is an issue that keeps coming up way too often.
So if someone does have that accreditation, is there any reason, say, a cafe, bus or resort can deny someone entry with their assistance dog?
Look, an assistance dog can be denied access to a place that needs to have stringent sterility precautions. So, no, you couldn't take your assistance dog into an operating theatre, for example. But nearly every other place, people have the right to take their assistance dog with them. And when we talk about an assistance dog, you wouldn't ask somebody to leave their wheelchair at the door, because these assistance dogs really do help people get out into public to feel safe, to feel calm and to feel confident when they're out and about.
So, Sophie, do you think part of the problem is that historically assistance dogs have been for the visually impaired? So if a person's disability isn't immediately noticeable, like autism or PTSD, they're dismissed as merely pets?
Look, I think that could be part of the issue, is that traditionally that's what we've seen. But assistance dogs for psychological reasons have been around for some time now, so I really think it's up to councils and other places to try and inform our proprietors, our restaurants, the people who are in public spaces about the rights of people with assistance dogs, because things like what happened to this family should just not be happening anymore.
When you've got a clear federal law, but you also have different state laws, it can be all very confusing. So how do you make it clear?
Look, I think it's education, and there may be different laws in different states, but that is a federal law and that is the rights of people with disability.
Why do you care so much about this issue?
Well, it's an issue that constituents in my electorate have brought to me and have told me is deeply upsetting for them.
Is anyone in Canberra listening to you?
Look, I think so, and I do know that my constituents are listening as well, because a number of people have thanked me for raising this issue, and I think it's the least I can do. Let's raise awareness on this, let's let people know what their rights are and be far more accepting of this.
Well, I think you said it perfectly, Sophie, that we wouldn't tell someone to leave their wheelchair at the door. It's about changing attitudes. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks so much.